YouTube channel, and today we're doing a video on childcare. We're talking about bathing and taking care of the skin of the baby. So today we're going to do something completely new for we African mothers, and it's a making a bath scrub for the babies. So many mothers are very confused, like you wonder what to use for the baby when the baby is between the age of 0 to 6 months, because the skin of the baby is very sensitive at that time. So what you're supposed to know is that you can always make a home bath that's super cheap, super economical, and super based on you, and very good for the baby. So the recipe we're going to talk about today is an Indian recipe. It's a recipe that has been used for many generations in the Indian culture, and it's very good for babies. And you can attest it by seeing how it works for Indian brides, because they use it. They use it on their bride before the weddings, and they use it for themselves, the ladies, and they also use it for the babies. So our key ingredient is going to be turmeric. This is turmeric. You can get turmeric from any supermarket, from any wholesale, even from the shops you can get turmeric. And gram flour. Gram flour is the flour that we use to make the bhajias. It's called besan, and others they call it the uptan. Uptan, that's in Hindi. So why are we going to be using turmeric? Turmeric is known to have an ingredient, a property called camkin, capsaicin. Yeah, there's what is the name? Yeah, there's an ingredient in turmeric. I don't know the name, but it's something like camkin or something, cumkin. Yeah, and that property is makes turmeric to have antiseptic and antioxidant properties. When it's antiseptic and antibacterial, it's very good for your skin because it helps in the skin inflammatory. If your baby has a wound, it also helps to clean the skin because of its antibiotic nature, and balance the pH of the skin, at the same time giving the skin a fair look and a glow. On the other hand, turmeric or gram flour, besan, is not only good for your bhajias, it's good for your baby's skin because besan has microbial properties. These microbial properties, they make it very good to cleanse and remove toxins from the skin from deep within. Most interesting, a baby's skin doesn't even have so much toxins. It doesn't have so much dirt. Mainly a baby's skin has mainly sweat and a little bit, it's still human skin, so it's going to be having some form of dirt. Maybe if you went out with a baby, there's all that dirt that the skin might have collected. But you need to know that these two, they're very gentle on the skin of the baby. They don't have like huge particles that could scratch the skin of the baby. When you make the paste, which you usually just take you take a teaspoon of this and a teaspoon of this, mix them with some warm water, just a little, to make a paste, and the paste should look something like this. Then this is what you take in a room that's heated, or a sunny day. Just okay, use the heater so that the room is room temperature. It's warm for the baby, but in time the baby gets used to the whole process of having the scrub. So you take the paste and you just gently rub it on the baby's skin, the whole body, like you're doing it from the head to toe. This is what you use in the place of soap. So your baby is naked, and then you rub this on the baby's skin. It doesn't take more than a minute. It's a very quick process. And then once you're done rubbing this on the baby's skin nicely and gently, you rinse the baby in the bath water. So people know that turmeric has a staining element. So how do you know that your baby is clean? You only know your baby is well clean when you wipe the baby and there's no turmeric left. Okay, there'll be some little turmeric, but the trick in making sure you have a clean baby is doing the scrub nicely and doing the rinse in the bath water nicely. That ensures that the baby is not left with either the besan or the turmeric, though it can't harm the baby, because Besan you use it to make bhajia, and turmeric we use it to cook food. And babies who are like past 6 months, you even give them turmeric for stomach issues. You give them turmeric for it's also good to as an antidepressant. Pregnant women are advised to have turmeric. You take a teaspoon of turmeric and put it in your milk every day. It's very good to help with the morning sickness. So you're very sure what you're using to bath your baby is friendly for your baby inside and out. Though you're not advised to give the baby turmeric until he's like 6 months, and even when you give the baby, it should be in small amounts because some babies tend to react to it because too much turmeric in a baby's skin, a baby's diet, could cause diarrhea, and it could also cause some stomach issues like nausea and all that in a baby. So those Indian mothers cook a lot of food with turmeric. Like all food has turmeric, but for a baby, you give it in small amounts because you don't want to have stomach issues, diarrhea. You don't want to have a baby with nausea. So this is the scrub out like you mama to try on your babies. Scrub it on your baby, then rinse the baby in water. And I can assure you, your baby will have glowing skin, healthy skin from the microbial elements of the basin. Super good skin because there's no it's because of the antibacterial elements in the turmeric and all that. So the pH of the skin will be balanced, and you don't have to worry about the shelf life of these things because these are things used in the kitchen. You know, Johnson's and Vaseline, baby care, all these babies. Some babies are perfectly okay, but some babies tend to react to this because of maybe the shelf life or maybe the ingredients used to make these things. I'm not banishing them in any way, but I'm just saying this is the safest way, and this is a way you're sure that the baby will not have any reactions. So some people tend to say that the besan has a drying effect on the skin of the baby, and it could actually make the skin itchy and maybe cause sores and all that. So what you need to know is in motherhood, it's try and error, but 90% attest that this is very good. And how you make it even better is by using coconut oil. The coconut oil is the 100% pure coconut oil or olive oil. I don't have olive oil, but the olive oil that you use in cooking and this coconut oil that you use in cooking, what you consume is what is good for your baby's skin. That's the secret behind it. So use that. Okay, you've scrubbed your baby with the besan and turmeric, you've rinsed the baby, and then apply coconut oil. It's moisturizing and it's very good and keeps the baby soft, the baby's skin soft. So in case you're worried about turmeric or besan being dry, these will bring back the softness and the glow in the skin of the baby. So there's always going to be the issue of eczema in babies. It's baby acne. It happens to like very many babies. It mainly forms on the cheeks and the forehead. And when that happens, you have to stop using the coconut oil. You still use the normal, you still use these to bath the baby, but you need to move to something called Oiletum. Oiletum is a brand that makes very, very good baby skincare. For the baby who's developed eczema, get the junior cream. It's usually made of light liquid paraffin and white soft paraffin. You use it like in the place of a moisturizer. So your moisturizer on a normal day is the coconut. So you put this down and you take up this until the eczema of the baby disappears. Use this on the baby just once on the affected place where the baby has the eczema, and in time it will disappear. So we've covered the bathing and the moisturizing of the skin of the baby. So we always have to talk about nappy rash because that's usually the biggest, the second biggest issue from normal skin issues. The other thing is usually the nappy rash. For nappy rash, invest in pseudo cream. It's slightly expensive. Like this is the medium size. There's a small one, the medium, and the large. This is the medium size. It's 1500, but you just need a very small amount. Like you need this much. This is more than enough for the nappy area because you notice when you apply it, it's actually a lot. It's a lot. So what is the difference between pseudo cream and the Remis and Vaseline in baby care? The main difference between the normal oils that you use on the nappy area and pseudo cream is that, well, the normal oils have a heating effect. Yes, they form a layer to prevent the poop and the susu from affecting the skin of the baby, but they form their oils and they form they create an environment where it's warm. The nappy itself is warming, all the diaper has some warming effect plus not more warmness, then that is what results in the nappy rash. But soda cream, on the other hand, has a cooling effect. It's made in a way that it has a cooling effect. Soda cream, if you've ever had a burn, like a severe burn, you've gone to hospital, you'll be advised to get soda cream because soda cream is not only good for nappy rash, it's good for eczema and it's also very good for surface wounds. So if you've ever you've ever had a burn, when you go to hospital, they'll give you soda cream for your burn. So when you have a burn, you're always having that itch, that feeling of burning sensation on your skin. So soda cream is going to give a cooling effect and it's going to help heal your wound. Soda cream is also going to have a cooling effect on your baby's nappy area and it's going to keep the nappy rash at bay. So that's it today. We were learning about skincare for the baby. And till next time, subscribe, comment, like, share, and let's grow the Elysian family. Have a lovely week. Until next time, bye bye.